Imagine standing in a vast, open field at night, the kind where the sky is a deep, endless canvas sprinkled with tiny, shimmering stars. The air is crisp, carrying the faint smell of grass and earth. You look up, feeling a curious tug at your heart, wondering what or who might be out there, watching us, trying to communicate. This sense of wonder is where our journey begins, into the intriguing world of deciphering alien messages. Now let me take you back a bit. Remember those times as a kid when you tried to talk in secret codes with your friends? Maybe you'd substitute letters with numbers or create a language only the two of you understood. There was a thrill in it, a sense of connection and mystery. In many ways, that's what scientists do when they search for messages from beyond our planet. They look for patterns, signals, anything that might hint at a language crafted by minds other than our own. So, let's paint this picture a little brighter. Imagine holding an old radio. It's a bit dusty and the knobs are worn. As you turn the dial, static crackles in your ears. It reminds me of those summer nights at my grandparents' house when I would play with an old radio in the attic, searching for hidden stations. Sometimes, amidst the noise, you'd catch a fleeting melody or a voice before it vanished back into the static. That's a bit like how scientists sift through the cosmic noise, hoping for a signal that's not just cosmic chatter, but perhaps a deliberate message. In the vastness of space, radio waves behave like ripples in a pond, traveling far and wide, and scientists have been listening, trying to catch these ripples. One of the most famous attempts was the WOW signal, a radio burst detected in 1977. It was a fleeting anomaly, a puzzle without a clear answer. Picture it like hearing a whisper in a bustling room, there for a moment, then gone. What if it was a message? From whom? Was it a cosmic fluke or a note scribbled in the universe's margins? The challenge, you see, lies in translation. Consider the first time you heard a language entirely foreign to you. The rhythms and tones might have seemed like music, but without understanding the words, the meaning remained elusive. Similarly, any message from an alien civilization wouldn't come with a handy translation guide. We would have to decode it using what we know of math and physics, the universal languages understood by all who study the cosmos. When we think about alien messages, we often imagine grand declarations. But what if they are more subtle? Perhaps they're like the quiet notes of a symphony carried by a gentle breeze, or like the colors of a sunrise speaking of a new day. Listening for these messages is like reading poetry, delicate and open to interpretation. The challenge is to discern intent within the vast and varied noise. Let's bring this idea closer to home. Imagine having a neighbor who speaks a language you don't understand. Each morning, they leave a basket of apples on your doorstep. At first, you might see it as a kind gesture. Over time, you notice a pattern. The number of apples changes with the weather. Their ripeness aligns with the seasons. Slowly, you realize there's a message, a story being told in fruit. Alien messages might be similar, patterns hidden within the cosmic hustle and bustle. Then there's the question of purpose. If aliens indeed sent messages, what would they wish to convey? Would they share their knowledge, a warning, or perhaps a call for friendship? It's an exploration of what it means to be alive and conscious, a quest for connection across the vast loneliness of space. Imagine standing on a shoreline, sensing that across the ocean someone is waving just beyond sight. Reflecting on all of this, I'm reminded of the simple beauty of fireflies on a summer night. Small lights blinking in the darkness, each with its rhythm and glow. Alone, each light is a simple entity, but together they create a symphony of light. Perhaps that's how it is with us and any potential cosmic neighbors, each a tiny light in the vast darkness, searching for others. As we continue our search, we find not just an answer to whether we are alone, but a deeper understanding of ourselves. The quest teaches patience, curiosity, and an appreciation for the unknown. It invites us to look up at the night sky, filled with endless possibilities, and whisper a hopeful hello. And so, as our night in the field draws to a close, we find ourselves lingering just a moment longer. The stars above twinkle softly, each a mystery, each a potential messenger. In this vast, quiet field, beneath this breathtaking sky, we find more than a search for alien messages. We find a reflection of our own desires to connect, to understand, and to be understood. It's a reminder that in the grand tapestry of the universe, every thread has its place, every story its worth, and every light its meaning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep looking up and keep wondering. And so there I was, sitting in my small but cozy home office, surrounded by books on linguistics, astronomy, and the mysteries of the universe. It felt like I was on the brink of a grand adventure. You see, when we talk about deciphering alien messages, we're not just talking about decoding some otherworldly language. We're really diving deep into the heart of human curiosity, science, and our desire to understand our place in the cosmos. Now let's break this down. Suppose we did receive a message from an extraterrestrial civilization. How would we even begin to understand it? That's the million-dollar question that has puzzled scientists for decades. It's like receiving a text message in a language that nobody on Earth speaks, written in a code that no one has ever seen before. One of the first things scientists consider is the concept of a universal language. Mathematics often comes up as the potential key. Numbers are, after all, consistent across our known universe. Just think about it. The value of pi is the same whether you're on Earth or on a planet orbiting a distant star. If aliens wanted to say hello, they might start with something we all recognize. Simple patterns like prime numbers, which are numbers greater than 1 that can only be divided evenly by 1 and themselves. But numbers are just the start. Imagine if they sent us sequences of images, showing mathematical principles laid out visually. This could be similar to how NASA sent diagrams of humans in the Voyager spacecraft, hoping that symbols and pictures might bridge the gap between different forms of life. The real challenge comes when we try to go beyond numbers. Suppose these hypothetical alien messages included something about their culture or technology. How would we translate that? This is where the lessons from terrestrial translation come in handy. Just like translating between Earth languages, we would look for patterns, repetitions, and similar structures that might give clues about meaning. Let me give you a personal example. Years ago, I spent a summer in a small village in Italy, surrounded by people who spoke no English. At first, it was a challenge, but over time, I began to pick up on gestures, repeated phrases, and common expressions. Context became my guide. I realized this is similar to what scientists might do with alien messages, using context and repetition as clues to unravel the mysteries. Another fascinating idea is the use of radio signals. These have been our primary method for sending out messages to the stars, thanks to projects like the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or SETI. The idea is that radio waves are a universal form of communication since they can travel vast distances across the cosmos. If aliens are out there trying to contact us, they might use radio waves too, sending signals we might one day intercept. But there's another layer to consider, the possibility that extraterrestrials think in ways entirely different from us. Their thought processes, senses, and even their perception of time could be radically different. Imagine trying to communicate with a being who sees a completely different spectrum of light or hears frequencies outside our range. It's a humbling reminder of the diversity that might exist beyond our tiny blue planet. The journey to decipher alien messages isn't just about the science or technology, though. It's about expanding our minds, reaching out to the unknown, and embracing the possibility that we're part of a much larger cosmic community. Just the thought of it makes the universe feel a little less lonely, doesn't it? As I sit back and reflect, I'm reminded of Carl Sagan's famous words about the pale blue dot, and how, despite our smallness, our quest for knowledge and connection is vast and unending. We may not have all the answers yet, but our curiosity continues to propel us forward, guiding us toward the stars and whatever mysteries they hold. So next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember that somewhere out there could be a message waiting for us to find it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally decipher it, opening up a whole new chapter in the story of humanity. Stay curious, my friends, and until next time, keep looking up. And that's when it hit me. Amidst the scientific theories and the complex algorithms, there lies a fundamental question we rarely ask. Why do we want to decipher alien messages in the first place? Is it scientific curiosity, a desire to know we're not alone in the universe, or perhaps a deep-seated wish to learn from beings who might be far more advanced than we are? Looking back, I remember when I first stumbled upon the idea of alien communication. I was a kid, lying on the grass with my dad, staring up at the night sky. We talked about the blinking stars and how each could have its own planets, maybe even their own little green men. It was a simple conversation that sparked my lifelong fascination with the stars and what or who might be out there. Fast forward to today, and it's amazing to see how far technology has come since those nights on the grass. Scientists now use giant telescopes and intricate software to scan the skies for signals that don't quite fit the natural cosmic noise. But here's where things get tricky. These signals, if they exist, wouldn't come with a handy translation guide. Imagine receiving a letter with no known language. This is similar to the issue scientists face when trying to understand potential alien transmissions. It's like trying to decode a message written in invisible ink, with characters that vanish and reappear, behaving in ways our brains aren't wired to comprehend. Enter the field of linguistics, a science that might seem unrelated at first glance, but plays a crucial role in this cosmic puzzle. Linguists study the structure and meaning of languages here on Earth, sometimes starting with languages long forgotten or newly discovered. The techniques they use can be adapted to break down and analyze alien signals. One technique involves looking for patterns, much like a detective piecing together clues from a crime scene. Certain repetitions or structures could hint at a language or even mathematical sequences, which are universal in nature. And then there's the question of intent. When we send messages into space, like the famous golden record on the Voyager spacecraft, we include music, greetings in multiple languages, and images, universal expressions of human culture. We hope these elements are understandable, regardless of the listener's background. But if we ever receive a message in return, could it be that aliens have done the same? Did they pack their signals with their version of music or visual art, hoping we would understand? As you can see, deciphering alien messages isn't just about technology or language. It's about empathy and creativity, imagining what an alien civilization might want to communicate and finding common ground. These are skills rooted in our own experiences here on Earth, understanding each other across cultures and languages. Reflecting on this, I'm reminded of another childhood memory when my family hosted an exchange student from Japan. We didn't speak the same language, but we managed to communicate through gestures, drawings, and a lot of laughter. By the end of her stay, I understood how powerful it is to connect beyond words. In the cosmic context, if we one day decipher a message from the stars, it'll be similar but on a much grander scale. It would mean finding a new way to connect with beings we never imagined meeting, broadening our understanding of the universe and our place within it. And as we continue to scan the skies with open minds and hearts, perhaps we'll remember that the quest to understand alien messages isn't just about them. It's also about us, reflecting on our own existence and our quest for knowledge, connection, and the infinite possibilities that await us in the vast expanse of space. Who knows? Maybe one day those blinking stars will blink back.